to throw y'all off a little bit. But man, I told y'all we'd be right back, man. Nah, J-Mo, you right. The Niners is the best team when healthy. One of, because you keep forgetting. Stop sleeping on your Dolphins, man. That offense, you can't do that.
They doing
But
so good. We're not even talking about them. We're talking about the Lions.
we gonna give them a segment because they, you know who they play this week, so you know y'all gonna get talked about this week. You know that. I like what you did in the chest too, Joe. I like the little
Mm.
sub tweet you sent. You know what I mean? But it's not about them right now because you know birds do fly high or birds fly south for the winter, and the Commanders definitely went down south for the winter. Well, to start the fall anyway, and it's the fall of the Falcons, but it's the rise of the Commanders. So we gotta start this off right. I worked on this all day. You'll live, you'll live, you'll live, right, live. Can the Commanders build on this win or go on a win streak?
Bravo, bravo.
Hey,
All
yo,
right.
that's you clever, man. That's all I can say. You are clever. Good. Do you
So
think, Joe?
that's a good question, and I'm not gonna really answer straight up for that question because I don't want to look ahead. You feel me? I don't want to look down the road too much. Next opponent is New York. I want to look at the Eagles and run down next. All right. But this is a game going to the right direction. Now, do I think that we had a great game? I don't. But I think we had that type of game that good teams have when they struggle but still win. You know? So one thing we did differently that we never do all year is we didn't turn the ball over and we forced 3 turnovers. That's something we just don't do. Good teams do that though. You know? So defense played much better yesterday. We held the Falcons to their season average, which is 16 points. We held them under their rushing average because they are a run first team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we did do that. We did a good job on the run. Now, in the pass game, different story. I mean, Ritter had over 300 yards on us, but they had a tough time getting in the end zone. We didn't give up big plays. Like normally, the Commanders, somebody wide. Every time somebody throw the ball, I'm like, oh, who's wide open? And somebody wide open, and that's they're getting a touchdown. Now, the big plays they had were like jump ball, like that jump ball between London and St. Jude's, and they both had it in their hands, but you got to give it to London for that. That was a big play, but it's not a play I'm mad about because you know good contest, great play by the receiver, right? So it wasn't no miscommunication, no broken plays for real, right? So that's the plus side right there. Now, offensively, in the first half, Sam Howell was cooking. I mean, I watched Sam Howell, right?
Let
He,
him cook.
I don't know the actual stat, but I was watching the game and they said something. They compare his numbers when he's not pressured versus the numbers when he is pressured, and his numbers pressure is better than the numbers when he's not pressured. I'm like, God dang. So and you look at his bad sacks, he's not getting pressured. It's like them dropping everybody back, rushing forward, and he just sitting there, nobody's open. And next thing you know, he like this. I gotta do something. And he'll turn to his right, and I'm right there to get smacked. So that's what Sam Howell got to work on. He got to work on his pocket awareness. But I do see him getting better on the far as taking the sacks. Even though he took 5, the Falcons had 5 sacks y'all all year, and they had 5 sacks yesterday. I mean, like 5 sacks all year, and they had 5 sacks yesterday. That's crazy. I felt like at the end of the game, in the fourth quarter, we started out too many times. We had too many 3-and-outs at the end of the game. And a lot of it got to do with our run game. Our run game is not really helping us a lot. We're not really getting this dude, man. This dude right here.
He
All
trolling.
right.
He
Like,
trolling.
he told me saying I was trash. He told me he's garbage yesterday. I'm like, nah, man, he ain't garbage. Come on, y'all. Relax. All right. Come on, relax, y'all. We can't hear the play call. All right. But yeah, like we started out too many times in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, I believe. Our run game is not really doing us any favors. Like we're putting ourselves in a lot of third and longs because of our run game, and a lot of that got to do because Charles Leno, our best lineman all year so far, he wasn't playing yesterday due to personal reasons, and we already like our offensive line already got some issues. So I kind of figured we were gonna have issues on offensive line, but my man, we doing good. And Sam Howell, right, for a first time year starter, with the situation he's in, as far as like offensive line, everything, he does have the weapons, and then Ron Rivera talked about. They asked Ron Rivera last week. Logan Thomas getting a lot of targets. Remember, y'all watched the Bears game. Logan Thomas got a lot of targets. What about Terry McLaurin? Y'all saw him went out his way to give it to Terry McLaurin yesterday. So Sam Howell, so far this year, y'all know he's top 10 in the league in passing yards, passing TDs, completion percentage. I'm telling you, and it's only going to get better. I really like Sam Howell. I love Eric beginning to be calling plays behind Sam Howell, but our defense have to be better. But I will say this: our defense won a game for us yesterday because we forced 3 turnovers. Y'all only 3 teams yesterday had 3 interceptions. Us, who else? Us. I got the 13 and the Jets. Outside of that, we only team had 3 interceptions. So great job, y'all. It's up from here. We got the Giants next. I ain't guaranteeing no wins, but I'm feeling good.
Dave?
Um, I didn't really have too much to say about this game, honestly. Um, I will say this though. I like what I like how their defense stepped up and played yesterday. I kind of feel like no, not I feel like I definitely called out their defense the last time we talked about them. Because I said I expected more out of this defense because of how they played last year. And I wasn't expecting them to be playing that bad. And this is other than the first game of the season, this is the first time, only the second time this season that no one scored over 30 points on this defense. Which is good. That's an improvement. That's something that you
Yeah,
need.
first time this year.
I said second time. I said
Oh,
the
okay.
first time since the first game.
Joe was ready.
Yeah, I'm always with brother. I was,
Come on now. Come on now. Terry McLaurin had his day yesterday. He had 11 targets yesterday. He caught six for 81 yards, about 13 and a half yards a catch. He was doing what he needed to do. I think the only glaring thing for me that I saw in that game is that Emmanuel Forbes didn't play a snap.
Yeah, he didn't.
And I'm not sure if that's a permanent change or what, but that was something that was noticeable for me.
I ain't mad. Dennis Johnson played well too.
He did. He did. Undrafted free agent came in there and did what he needed to do to step in. And maybe this is what the defense needs to do going forward. I still would like to see Emmanuel Forbes get some more opportunities to play and learn from what he's done. But this defense definitely played good like they needed to. They needed to step up, and that's exactly what happened yesterday.
Okay. So, I don't know if everyone knows this process. Like when you go into the army, right? You gotta go through 10 weeks of like basic combat training, and then usually it takes about another 10 weeks, based upon your specialty. So after you do that, then they put you where you need to be. And I think that's what is going on with Sam Howell, with this commander process. He's going through his basic combat training because they can't block for him right now. But when he get that O line, he gonna show y'all the type of sniper that he can be, right? So when you win more games, you get that knowledge. I mean, again, with Emmanuel Forbes, it's just rookie. It's just a rookie thing. You got to learn as you go. Look at Deontay Banks with the Giants going up against. They have a rookie. They have 2 rookie corners, and I think they got Adoree Jackson too. But at the end of the day, they still have them 2 rookie corners, and they have to learn each game because you're not gonna learn sitting on the sideline. I mean, some people do. Some people actually need to be like visual learners and on-hand learners. Do I think that you're going to continue this win streak? Nah, but I do think you're going to win more games because you got to play the Giants next. And you know who Daniel Jones, like we crack jokes about Daniel Jones, but when he played the Commanders, he 5-1-1. So for some reason, he wake up against the Commanders. Then right after that, you got the Eagles. So we're going to see how they can build off of what just happened to them. So to me, with Chase Young being top 3 in pressures, because that's another person that I thought you was going to bring him up, Joe. I mean, everybody been talking about your boys. I'm on Chase Young ain't going to be the same when he come back, but he's making an impact on that defensive line.
He's top 5. He's top 5 in pressures right now. He's doing everything he needs to do.
So with me, I don't think the win streak is going to continue, but they are going to continue to win games. Yes.
I will say Chase Young. I didn't like his game yesterday. I feel like he could have played way better. He did. He almost had a sack and he missed him. You know what I mean? Like, and then that turned it into a first down. So, but he could have played much better. But Chase Young is having a good year, and he's proven a lot of dollars wrong.
Yeah,
also, he went to Atlanta too, though. So
I have one last thing to say. One last thing. I meant to say this during my thing. That offensive line definitely needs to be helped out because it can put Sam Howell in a lot of danger. He's on track to break the record for getting sacked the most in one season.
Mm-hmm.
And he's on track to get sacked 99 times.
Yeah.
David
It's
Carr
going up.
still has the record for 78 sacks in one season.
78, yeah. Yeah, he
So-
it's both of them. It's him and the offensive line. But I know for a fact next year it's gonna be an emphasis on the offensive line. And Tomo, I ain't want to say it. I was gonna wait, but you said something on how good that offensive line. I mean, he got more time in the pocket to like dissect a defense. I don't know, man. But we can keep on.
Look, man, we all say we watch football, but if you watch the game, if he had more time to dissect the defense, he's going to look better. Imagine what he would do if he was in Philip. Y'all know where I'm going with that. Y'all know where I'm going with that. And if you
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.